This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, the SS Steve Irwin, the Sea Shepherd hero ship, is berthed in Dunedin after patrolling for illegal Japanese whalers. The Kingston Flyer, famously ablaze across the southern landscape, and its glory is to be sold. And do you have what it takes to be a 2020 Olympian? Well, Southland women are impressing the selectors. Good evening and welcome to The South Today. I'm Craig Story. A ship returning from the Antarctic on a mission to eradicate whaling has docked at Dunedin Wharf. It is the SS Steve Irwin. It's one of two Sea Shepherd vessels patrolling the Southern Ocean for Japanese whale poachers. And one of the first things the crew did after landing on terra firma was tuck into some local produce.
More than 80 days away from long showers, dry land and fresh food. But now that they're here, they want the locals to enjoy their first ever tour of this ship. I'm Roselle LeBone. Steve Irwin, no longer just known for his antics with crocodiles, but for his efforts to save wildlife worldwide. And that legacy is a big part of today. The crew of the SS Steve Irwin are here docked at Dunedin Wharf, and they've already started work preparing the ship for their next big adventure. The Sea Shepherd is a sea-bound symbol of global efforts to end slaughter in the world's oceans. Now, for the first time, the public will get a taste of what life is like aboard the vessel at a series of free tours for this week only. A few small repairs were underway to make sure everything was ship-shape to receive the crowds of curious tourists, but mostly the crew were looking forward to a well-earned break.
It's fantastic. It's so good to be on land. What's Antarctica like?
Cold. Ups and downs, frustrations and highs and lows and...
Having lived together in such close quarters, everyone, including the captain, had strong ideas about what they were most looking forward to doing on their first day off in quite a while.
I've been at sea for so long.
Yeah, so you're not allowed to take any, so it's all dehydrated stuff and...
Yeah, and we left port on December 3rd, I think, so we haven't been back to land, so whatever we had, we got one resupply from another ship. Yeah.
What's the first thing you feel like doing today? I'm back on terra firma.
I would like to have a beer.
Captain Wanda Lublink says Steve Irwin's legacy lives on every time the eponymous vessel sets sail.
It was very hard for us to actually locate the Japanese whaling fleet. When we finally did on the 15th of January, unfortunately they had already killed one of the minke whales.
When Steve Irwin died, he was actually due to come on that next Antarctic campaign, and we contacted Terry Irwin, and we had heard that she was hopeful that when Steve had died that he was out there ramming Japanese whaling ships. So it was quite a fitting thing that we asked if she'd be happy if we named the ship the Steve Irwin.
The boat is open to the public this Saturday and Sunday between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Heroes, every one of them. Invercargill photographers are getting the chance to showcase their work with the Invercargill City Council. The photo of the Waihopai River, an example of the type of photo the Invercargill City Council is seeking for its competition, Epic Invercargill. The photo competition is open to young, amateur and professional photographers. 4 photos will be selected from each category to be published in the Council's 2018 calendar, and they'll be on show in an exhibition in December. The Kingston Flyer steam train is in the process of being sold. Owner David Bryce has confirmed to The South Today that the Flyer is under contract. The former tourist attraction has been in storage at the southern end of Lake Wakatipu since being taken out of service 4 years ago. Tourism properties broker Adrian Chisholm, who would not reveal who bought the two 1920 locomotives, 7 carriages, 13 kilometres of railway track and 80 hectares of land. However, he says the options available to the new owners include reviving the tourist operation between Kingston and Fairlight, or selling the train to groups in Southland or the West Coast. Mid-Canterbury rugby player Koli Tamatonakula has admitted a charge of attempted rape while appearing in court. He has been remanded in custody until sentencing in June, according to media reports. Mid-Canterbury Rugby CEO Ian Patterson says the union is appalled at Coley and his behaviour was wrong. However, Patterson says it was right for him to plead guilty. New Zealand Rugby CEO Steve Tew says the organisation expects players at all levels of the game to act with basic decency and within the law. He says New Zealand Rugby's thoughts are with his victim. A nationwide talent search is underway to put together the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Black Ferns Sevens team. Aspiring athletes were put to the test in Invercargill, and Southland's young women were very impressive. Around 30 women, some as young as 12 years of age, took part on the Go for Gold program at Rugby Park in Invercargill. Rugby New Zealand is touring the country to find athletes to join the Black Ferns Sevens 2020 Olympic team. And Sevens Talent ID and Development Manager Chad Churro said he was impressed with last night's group.
Definitely some potential and talent here, which is awesome to see in a region like Invercargill. There was obviously a couple of very young girls that were encouraged to come along to have a look at what it was all about, and you know, the future is pretty bright for them. And for the others that were there, look, we're definitely going to have a handful of girls involved in the next step, so very exciting.
He says he's looking for ability and potential, refining the skills and fitness. Well, that comes with the development program. The Go for Gold program is taking place in Dunedin on Saturday. All right, stand by, because still to come on the South Today, Central Otago charges up with electric vehicle charging stations. They're approved and they're underway. And the Year of the Rooster is celebrated by amazed Ashburton school pupils.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product, and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
If you've always dreamed of building a new home or renovating your existing home, make it happen. Go to the Home Show, 3rd, 4th, 5th of March at the More FM Arena at the Edgar Centre. Adults $10, children free. See you at the Home Show.
The University of Otago, New Zealand's only true collegiate university. For first-year students, the history, the expectations of excellence are
unfamiliar.
G'day, I'm next door.
Hi, next door. I'm Samantha Pascoe.
No, you're not. I'm Josh, Clyde, Science. And you are?
Sam, Hastings, Laura Nutt.
Tane, Auckland, Commerce. Osaka, Greece, Wessex. History.
Silverhorn Active Manuka Honey from the natural Manuka forests of New Zealand. Buy one 250-gram pot for $34.90 and get a second pot for half price. Order online at silverhorn.co.nz.
They say the grass is always greener, but not if you have Ready Lawn. Call Ready Lawn today and make them green with envy.
Ecrotech Limited have been supplying beekeeping equipment and honey products in New Zealand for over 100 years. A specialist manufacturer of hiveware and plastic products for the beekeeping industry. They are the leading supplier of beekeeping equipment nationwide. For all your beekeeping needs, visit ecrotech.co.nz or call 0800 117766.
Arrow International knows what the essential ingredient is for accomplishing great projects, working with great people. 30 years on and 3,000 projects later, with 10 offices and 400 staff nationwide, a company who values partnerships with their clients and carries a strong reputation for passion, integrity, and the love of a challenge, excelling in the construction industry. and helping to create, with our partners, more iconic New Zealand buildings.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street. Gillian's and Silverhorn bring you Rub of the Green, lawn bowls from around the south. Saturday night at 7, replaying on Sunday at 1 p.m. and Tuesday at 3:30.
Thank you for staying with the South today. Alexandra, Tarras and Ranfurly could have electric vehicle charging stations within a matter of weeks. The Central Otago District Council agreed to provide sites in the three towns to network charging operator ChargeNet. Company representative Nick Smith told the South today it took about 2 weeks to set up a charge station once the paperwork was done. The company is also looking for sites for charging stations at Frankton and at Wanaka. Ashburton College Year 9 students and others, invited guests, were treated to an impressive display from touring Chinese performers recently. Goodness me. The group was promoting New Zealand's Lantern Festivals. It was a celebration of the Chinese New Year and the Year of the Rooster, of course. The audience was mesmerised by martial arts and performances from the Shanghai Shangwu group, who took to the stage in these tube costumes. The groups were visiting Ashburton and Mount Hutt colleges as part of the Asia New Zealand Foundation Education Roadshow. Mongolian musicians Nair Ensemble performed with traditional folk instruments, and they were joined on stage by a freestyle tea pourer who poured tea from a brass pot with a 1 metre long spout, a skill that has evolved into a distinct martial art known as Gong Fu Cha. The students were able to interact with the artists, including a dough figure sculptor who creates figures of the legendary Chinese heroes. And the school visits are giving hundreds of New Zealand students a taste of the breadth of Chinese culture and the traditions of the Lunar New Year. There was a final farewell in Invercargill today to a man who loved trains. About 100 people gathered at the city's railway station for the funeral of Kingston Flyer engineer and stalwart Russell McLennan Glendenning. He died on Monday at Lakes District Hospital overlooking Lake Wakatipu. He was sent off by friends and family as he took his final rail journey to the Southland Crematorium. After the break on the South today, Queenstown bus services get long overdue upgrades. Mount Aspiring National Park receives a 1080 poison drop, and it's all fun and sun for the weekend weather. Hang around.
Dunedin is recognised by UNESCO as a City of Literature. Find out how this came about and what it means for the city. In Dunedin, a City of Literature, 7 p.m. Sundays. Proudly brought to you by Hard to Find Books.
The University of Otago, an institute of world-class education and the social epicentre of the city, with outfits needed for more formal functions like the ball and for less formal functions like
The zoo? Are you sure?
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, Dad, you'll definitely see me. I'm the one in the yellow and blue face paint and the onesie in the zoo.
Hi, welcome back to Alex Campbell Menswear. We're filming again from our Mosgiel store. We're having a 3-store wide sizzling summer sale. It's the end of the season. We have sizzling prices in short sleeve shirts, polos, shorts, jeans. We've got specials in trousers. It's a sizzling summer sale.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
It's a sizzling summer sale.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoai Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Get finance and get on the road. Talk to MTF today.
Welcome back to the South Today. The largest adventure race in the world is to begin in Queenstown. Chapter 6 of Godzone is due to begin in downtown Queenstown this very weekend. Organisers say the 7-day expedition race is to commence at Queenstown Bay in front of the new iCarts building. It is the first time the adventure racing event has been held in the Queenstown region. More than 280 competitors have converged on the resort, all ready to line up on the start line, ready to put their best foot forward and be all sweaty at 7 a.m. this Saturday. Central and local government organisations are working together on a scheme to improve public transport in the Queenstown area. The improvements will include bus fares and create better bus routes and timetables. Mina Amso has the details.
Taking the bus in the Queenstown area is likely to become a much more attractive option from July 1st. That's the date from which bus patrons with concession cards might be paying around $2 for a ride, compared with the current fares that can range up to $15 one way from Arrowtown to Queenstown Central. So even though the bus fares will be a lot more affordable for passengers travelling from Arrowtown, Frankton and Fernhill, the $1 million question is, will more people use the service?
Oh, that'd be great, yes.
That would save I wouldn't even have to get a car.
Well, that sounds good to me because I normally use the bus, so that helps a lot.
Queenstown Mayor Jim Bolt told the Mountain Scene the public transport improvements are a joint effort by the New Zealand Transport Agency, Queenstown Lakes District Council and the Otago Regional Council, and expected to cost about $2 million a year. The Transport Agency picking up half the cost and the Otago Council the rest.
A large sum of money. We're going from what is currently a commercial service, in other words, the fares pay the full cost, to something that is a subsidised scheme with improved services, improved frequency, improved structure.
And the Queenstown Council is looking to motorists to help pay for the improved service through higher parking charges.
While that still needs to go through, due process, our intention is to look at raising parking fees as part of the way of recovering this cost.
Phelan says the council hasn't decided how much parking charges will increase, but the upside for motorists will be less traffic congestion. ORC and QLDC will seek community support for the proposed changes and will hold public consultations in the near future. Mina Amso, The South Today.
Tons of bait laced with 1080 poison have finally been spread over the Makaroa, Wilkin and Young Valleys in the Mount Aspiring National Park. The poisoning is part of the Department of Conservation's National Battle for Our Birds campaign. Tim Miller reports.
In perfect weather today, a fleet of helicopters spread the poison over 38,000 hectares of the park. The Department of Conservation's operation was to be carried out about 2 years ago, but was hit by delays. A number of tourists were in the area during the operation.
So we put signage up to inform them of what we're doing, and we close some of the tracks, the short ones near the highways where people are walking from. So we treated those early, put the signs up and then reopened them.
A group of about 15 anti-1080 protesters were also present near the operational area, handing out leaflets to tourists and holding up banners.
This land is not rugged, it's not remote, it can be very easily trapped for a fraction of the folks.
The operation was completed today and is aimed at reducing the number of rats, stoats and possums that prey on native bird and bat species. I'm Tim Miller for The South Today. A
Riverton museum is benefiting from poker machine proceeds. Te Te Hikoi's Southern Journey has received around $70,000 over the past 4 years, and now it's looking to expand its exhibits.
Poki proceeds are helping keep this popular little museum on the Southern Scenic Route functioning. Hi, I'm Ruby Spink in Riverton, outside Te Hikoi.
Te Hikoi means the journey, so Te Hikoi's Southern Journey is our specific journey, and we tell the unique story to New Zealand of Maori and Pākehā. This is the first area in New Zealand where they co-joined, and that's because the sealers and whalers came.
The museum tracks the history of Riverton and wider Southland through the whalers and Māori before Te Tiriti o Waitangi was signed, through the Gold Rush, World War I and beyond. But Te Hikoi doesn't get any government funding. To survive, the museum charges admission fees, gets some funding from local government, and also Poki proceeds from Southern Victoria Charitable Trust.
So from the Poki machines at the carriers and the funding we get, we're able to use that to create new exhibitions that we could not do without this money. We do not have money ourselves to do exhibitions or new displays. And the second thing they do is help us with operational funding.
In the last 4 years, Te Hikoi Southern Journey Museum has received $70,000 from the Charitable Trust. Manager Carol Power says activities and exhibits paid for with this funding have brought many people into Riverton, and the community benefits from the 22,500 annual visitors.
The worth and value of Te Hikoi is we bring in tourists and they stop to come in here. It's benefiting people with accommodation, retail, petrol, supermarket.
The museum has recently featured in the Department of Internal Affairs Poki Proceeds Building Strong Communities to highlight the benefits of gaming legislation in local communities. I'm Ruby Spink for The South Today.
All right, let's recap tonight's top stories on The South Today. The SS Steve Irwin has returned from the Antarctic following a mission to eradicate whaling. It's now docked at Dunedin Wharf. The Kingston Flyer steam train is in the process of being sold, with owner David Bryce telling The South Today the historic train is under contract. And Southland's finest young rugby playing women were put through their paces to see if they're good enough to be in the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Black Ferns Sevens team. And let's get the truth, let's get the word. All right, Editor Barry Stewart, what's in tomorrow's ODT?
Hello, Craig. Falling numbers of drivers caught speeding in the south has coincided with the deadliest year on southern roads in a decade.
It's oxymoronic.
So we have a look at those numbers and it's quite revealing. So another interesting story, Amazing Spaces TV star George Clark, who's the man that runs around and does all the renovations and inspiring little refits. He spent the day flitting around the province uncovering some amazing Otago spaces. So we have an interview with him, so that'll be interesting to have a look at. We also have a look at the water quality in our lakes and rivers, see if they are up to standard or tracking in the right direction, and I believe we actually fare reasonably well in that situation.
Okay.
In sport, big game tomorrow, of course, the Highlanders versus the Chiefs at the Forsyth Bar, the opening game of Super Rugby, or for us anyway, there's a game tonight. So we have a look at that. We also have a look at the Highlanders in the season, in the championship overall, to see where we think they'll fare in the end.
Do you have an opinion on that?
Oh, number one, without a doubt.
Well
Go
done.
the Highlanders.
Go local sports team.
Exactly.
Well done. Outstanding.
Thank you.
All right, stay tuned, you, because we're going to look at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn Sports Val.
Today's Southern View taken with people enjoying the sun in central Queenstown. How beautiful is that? This is a glistening Dunedin harbour. How lovely. And I recognise this, that's Donovan Park in Invercargill. All right, to the situation, everyone. A huge anticyclone is conveniently parked over us. It will remain. Sun, pleasant conditions all day long. Cool nights ahead though, thankfully. Maybe a few showers over the weekend though, but look at that, it's just parked. It's not going anywhere. The southern outlook reads like this. Light winds 5 and 20 for Balclutha. Caitlin's light northerlies 20, fine, beautiful conditions. Gore, lovely, westerlies 19. Lumsden, absolutely amazing, light westerlies fine and 20. It gets better, not actually better, but it's as beautiful when we head into Alexandra with light winds fine and 24. Queenstown, light winds fine 23. It's the same wherever you go. Light northerlies in Te Anau, a little bit of cloud 18. And Wanaka, gorgeous 23 degrees. I mean, why would you not? Oamaru, light winds, it's fine, of course, 19 degrees. Marama, same conditions, but 23. Timaru, light nor'easters, 19 degrees. And Twizel, light winds, fine, and 23. It's just beautiful, no matter where you go. In Dunedin here tonight, a little bit of cloud, 8 degrees. 'Tis but a scratch. Friday and Saturday, fine and sunny. It will be warmer on Saturday though. A late southerly change can be expected. Our numbers here, 9, 19 for tomorrow, and 12 and 21 for Saturday. Get outside. Invercargill, lovely. Tonight, of course, it's gloriously fine and 8 degrees down there. And we're looking for fine weather, lots and lots of sun. A little bit of high cloud, 9 and 21. And 6 and 17 for Saturday because a cool sou'wester develops and picks up a little bit later in the day. But other than that, it's Invercargill, man. It's awesome. It has been such a pleasure bringing the South Today to you tonight, and it's my pleasure again. See you tomorrow. Craig Story. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.